This program may contain adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Hi. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. What a beautiful day this is this morning.
Oh,
Isn't it?
it's so beautiful.
And we have a couple more birthdays today, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Well, we don't have them today, but
This
there
week
were
in
some.
history.
Oh, yeah. Like it was Colonel Sanders' birthday yesterday.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Yeah, you want some chicken?
Yeah, let's have some chicken for lunch today.
I think we need to get some.
I do. Original recipe.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah,
good.
It's
Yummy.
really good. And also, this past week, this past Wednesday, Google was founded in 1998. And thank God for Google, right?
I so wish I bought stock in that.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Yeah, it's all about
That's why
Google.
we're still working.
It's all about
every
Google.
Saturday.
That's okay. That's okay. We love what we do. It's
Yes,
not really
we do.
work when you love it.
That's the truth.
But the highlight of this past week was, of course, Labor Day was last Monday. And the highlight of Labor Day always is Jerry Lewis and the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. Kudos to Jerry Lewis. I know that he can't really, he's not.
No, he's always like 90.
Yeah. But
God bless him,
anyway,
though.
absolutely. Look what he created and what he did.
Yes, he did.
For people with muscular dystrophy, and it's such a godsend. He was a godsend when it came to that.
Yes.
Fantastic. I always loved watching those. Made me sad, but it was really great.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have like a really clean show this week.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
really?
We're
Clean?
Clean, moisturizers, eye creams,
Okay. Soap.
Caffeinated grooming products. You're drinking a big Jagunda latte, and I see you have a backup of 2 more.
Yes, well, I carry 3 of them with me specifically in case, I drop one or finish one too quickly. I have to make sure I have my caffeine.
That's right. Well, now
Oh, my
you
gosh.
can get your caffeine in grooming products also.
Yes, that's actually been around for quite some time. You're just learning about this, though. I'm so proud of you.
We're just talking about it.
Oh,
I
fantastic.
knew all about it.
You did. Of course you did. You know everything.
I do. Coffee's kick has anti-inflammatory properties and acts as a vasoconstrictor to help tighten the blood vessels.
Absolutely.
We've talked about that for years.
Here's they put it also in a lot of cellulite cream because it's unfortunately
I don't have any cellulite.
you do not.
And I don't think you do either.
Oh my God, are you kidding? Totally dimpled. Okay, totally.
The only dimples I see are right on your cheeks.
Which one? Ha ha ha.
Oh,
So
very
there
good,
you
very
go. There you go. And that is the reason why to have caffeine in your body cream, because it helps with any dimple that you don't want to show. Yeah. But the ones that you want to show, I like the one on my, next to my smile. That's a cute dimple.
Yes, it is. And that caffeinization.
Caffeinization.
Yes.
Really? They're saying that?
Yes, that's what they're calling it.
Wow.
It leads to smoother, younger looking skin.
Yes, it does.
And a more clear complexion. Mm-hmm. Now, you do.
Well, also the acids in coffee, they actually put coffee grounds, or you can make a scrub out of coffee grounds.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. Coffee grounds and a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, some oils, essential oils. What a fantastic scrub you have for your body.
That's right. And it does take up to about 6 weeks before you see any improvement.
But if you use it as a sloughing cream, honestly, you're going to see results that day.
That's right.
That is true.
And do you know that it also helps prevent skin cancer?
I did not know that.
Yes, yes.
Well, I guess because of the antioxidants.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
You still
fantastic.
want to use your sunscreen.
Oh my gosh. Every single day I wear sunscreen.
That's right. And, speaking of sunscreen and light, did you know that street lights might make you fat?
Why?
Well, the more nighttime light a nation has, the higher its obesity rate.
Is that because it doesn't help? You can't sleep in the light?
Well, it's
And so you get up and you walk to the refrigerator and you eat something in the middle of the night? Is that why? Because you're awake?
it's called light pollution. And
You know what? I know this. Oh my gosh.
You know everything.
No,
You're
no,
so
no,
smart.
no, 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 no. If you're not sleeping, if the light is on, you can just, as you're moving around, sleeping, whatever, and you wake up because you see the light. That's why they say turn your television off and your handheld devices and your computer, so that you don't wake up, so that you get a good night's sleep. Because once you're awake, all of a sudden, your body starts saying, it's thirsty, it's hungry, and you go and you unconsciously walk to the kitchen. I know somebody who does this.
Me.
I know. I wasn't going to give you away, but yeah, you do this. This is not a good thing. That is true. We're going to have to ban the streetlights.
This just happened the other day.
Yes, I know.
I don't know what happened. I woke. I think the TV was on. We fell asleep.
3 o'clock in the morning.
3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I wandered into the kitchen, opened up. I was still half asleep. And I ate, I finished off the Chinese food. Then I ate some fruit.
Yeah, it's
And
bad.
then I had a popsicle and went back to bed.
Yeah, well, understood. I understand the popsicle. It was a little warm. So the popsicle I get, it's the other stuff that you're not supposed to eat. And what happens is, at that point now, your body needs to digest, but you're still in sleep mode. So it turns into fat,
right.
then and there. That's what happens.
Technically, the light pollution suppresses the production of the sleep hormone melatonin. And what happens, it shifts your eating from active times to rest times, throwing off your metabolism.
I think I just said that.
That's what I heard.
Oh. Que sera.
Now, the thing you don't want to do is eat too many French fries.
Oh, well, we already had this conversation. You definitely don't want to eat too many French fries.
That's right. But
Six.
You
You get 6 fries.
You know,
Unless you're at McDonald's and then you have to smoke
you
2
can
of them.
smoke your French fries.
And then
But
you get
but
6.
don't inhale. But don't inhale.
Then you get 6.
You know, there's a chemical formed by frying foods, and that chemical has been linked to skin cancer.
Yeah.
For
Really
every
bad.
10 micrograms of the acrylamide eaten, it raises a man's melanoma risk 13%.
Melanoma. Melanoma risk, not melatoma.
Oh, is that what I said? I'm glad you were listening.
Yeah.
And the acrylamide is a known carcinogen and in animals, but it's the first link to skin cancer in humans.
That's very interesting. Carcinogens are horrendous. They're really, really bad for us. And that also happens when we use the microwave a lot and we microwave plastic. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's like, the styrofoam cups that you constantly take off of my table and bring into the back and microwave. You're making carcinogens happen in my coffee.
Well, at home, right now, you're using these cardboard cups.
Yes,
I like
right now
those
it's
better.
much better. That's why I get the latte instead of the coffee.
And in at home, I threw away all my Tupperware, and I got all glass
And you know what he also did?
glass containers.
Yes. And he also took, I'm telling you this, Al, okay, and everybody else, he took my containers also, the ones that I have from the salon. They're also all glass, okay?
Well, I
and
needed some extras.
He takes them. And so now where are mine, okay?
They're in my closet.
You know what I'm going to have to do? I know exactly. When you go away, I'm going to have to steal them back. That's what it is.
You don't have to steal them. I will share them with you.
I don't believe you.
Well, you should. Hey, last week, if y'all remember, we talked about women faking orgasms.
Yes, we did.
And the reasons why they fake orgasms.
Yes.
But one of the reasons why you shouldn't fake an orgasm, we didn't talk about. We talked about the reasons why they do, but we never discussed the reasons why they shouldn't.
Well, now we can.
That's right. Guys love it when you orgasm.
Absolutely. And when you fake it, you're not giving him the full benefit. You're not giving him the full experience. or yourself.
That's right. You're not stroking his ego, which
You're
we
really
need.
not. You think you are, but you're really not. In fact, what you're telling him is that whatever he was doing that wasn't bringing you there is working. And
Oh,
then,
I didn't even think of that.
And then that's what you're going to continually get. And then it's going to fizzle out because you're not going to be able to keep it up for much longer, and neither will he. Get it? Got it? Good. So moving forward, try your best. If there's a problem and you're not getting there, come up with a reason, come up with a solution together. You're a team.
You know, not for nothing, Elise, but an orgasm, giving her an orgasm, is pretty much the highlight of the night, in my opinion.
Giving him the orgasm is too. So you don't want to fake it. You want it to be real so you can both share it.
You know, most men don't care just about their big finish. They really want you to get yours too. And there's a new study that proves it. Most men really do care about giving you an orgasm.
Well, I think that they would care about your big finish more than their own.
That's right. And there's been a study to prove it. And, you know, men really get happy on helping women to cross that finish line.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
That's right. And it's because men like to feel accomplished.
Of course.
You know,
Of course.
did you ever see a guy right after he gets a promotion at work or after
that's
his
wonderful.
fantasy football team wins the league?
The serotonin that hits the brain during those events, huge.
Yeah.
The serotonin that hits the brain during this event, huger.
You know, he's really standing a little taller. His chest is puffed out.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, he
When you can do that for somebody, when you can bring somebody to a place like that, that's incredible.
yeah, men crave that sense of achievement, especially in the bedroom.
Of course. And you know what? It brings you closer together.
Oh, it absolutely does.
You know, it makes you feel like a team. It makes you bond. You bond.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that blood flow to your brains. It's that hormone. What is it called? Oxytocin.
Yes. Yes.
It makes you feel more connected.
And, you know, you get to see something that you don't ordinarily get to see. It's private and beautiful. And it's amazing when you get to see somebody have a reaction to what you're doing. That's incredible.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's almost like a private little show when you see your partner lose control and her head moves back and forth and her eyes roll back in her head and she's mumbling that something nobody can understand. You know, your toes curl up, you bite your lip, you arch your back. Hey, my mouth is a little dry here. I mean, that's some real stuff.
Yeah.
We got a drink of water over here. Can I have some of your vodka?
Yeah, absolutely. I bring it for you specifically. I know you have an issue.
You know, you may even want to scream. You know, that guttural,
Yep.
you know. And typically, men only hear you raise your voice under two circumstances. When you're really mad at us.
Or when you're really, really happy.
That's right. And, you know, guys just like to know that you're having a good time.
As good as a time as they are having.
That's right. And
vice versa.
mm-hmm.
Because women like to know that too.
That's right.
But you know, we have a little bit of advantage because we know that you really can't fake it the way we can if we want to.
No, guys can fake it.
Yeah, not really. Not really.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You know, the only reviews that us guys have to go on is your own enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm, exactly.
That's what I always say. Enthusiasm. That's very important.
Enthusiasm. It's a great word. It will be our word for the day.
Ladies, show your men some enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
It'll change everything. Trust us.
You'll be glad you did.
We know here at Trend Radio. We know these things.
As a matter of fact.
Oh, God. Al, here we go.
Oh, come on. We missed it last week. You talked too much last week. Ladies, email me now at trendradio920@gmail.com. let me know that you're going to have enthusiasm for your man. And I'm going to send you a $50 gift certificate from Anthony Vincent Salon. You come in, you have your hair done, have whatever you want done, and he's going to take you out. And then I'm telling you, ladies, you're going to show him some enthusiasm. So you just let me know, and you'll get that gift certificate.
That's right. And if you show enthusiasm, this means us guys will strive to deliver upstanding
More.
service every single time.
Upstanding, get it?
Yes. And, we know you can still be enjoying yourself without an orgasm. We know that. It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. It's the journey, not the destination. I
That's
say that
right.
all the time.
And ladies, it is your happiness that's important to us.
And when you let go, you're happy. It's true.
That's
Proven.
right. That's part of the reason why we love you is and to give you things like orgasms. That just happens to be a lot cheaper than flowers and jewelry.
Speaking of jewelry, there's this little pretty bracelet that I have. I want the matching ring to it. I have to remember this. Mental note.
Well, tell your husband. Don't tell me.
Hey, I just did.
Oh. That's right. Brian, you just saved me a load of money. Thank you. Oh, where the heck were we now? You threw me out.
Hey, no, I can't believe him. It's so funny. So, my birthday's coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I'm just putting a few things out there, just here and there. I figured on the radio, what better way to get the point across without actually saying it myself? And look what he does. It's unbelievable.
Of all the listeners that we have, the listeners that we know most are her husband and my lady. We know that no matter what, they're listening.
Exactly.
So we throw little things out there for them.
Of course. I mean, hello. It was like, he just blows the whole, it's like amazing. So funny. Okay.
Women, in my opinion, are like sexy little chameleons, As they get turned on, they heat up a little bit, their blood starts flowing a little faster, their chest and arms turn a little pink. That's called a sex flush. And ladies, it'll look great on you.
Always. There's nothing wrong with a little flush.
So at least we love our ladies. When we make them happy, they make us happy.
And we love our men.
That's right. And do you like your man buff?
I like him to be fit.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't necessarily need to be buff per se, but I want him healthy.
Very important.
Healthy and fit. Yes.
Do you know when the economy is weak, and we're not a political show,
Not at all.
but the economy is a little weak, and men tend to work out a little harder to get buff during a poor economy?
Now, I wonder why that. Oh, I think I know why.
Well, I'm gonna
Because
tell
when
you.
you're pumped, I'm just going to add something before you tell me.
You had it.
When you're pumped up, that means your sexual energy is higher. And if the economy is weak, you're not going to go out as much. You're not going to spend as much money. And let's face it, for the most part, sex is free. I don't know. Did I hit the nail?
Not in my house. I got to tell you, my lady is bisexual. If I don't buy her something, she is not sexual.
I know that's not true. That's not nice. Go on.
Anyway, getting back to the story. Researchers are looking at the trend of men who train their bodies to become extremely fit. And there's a suggestion that there may be a correlation between a poor economy and a pumped up body.
Okay, but why? What is the reason?
We're getting to that. Just calm down. Relax.
Simmer down.
Simmer down now.
Simmer down.
This is a new study from the Journal of Gender Studies. It suggests an explanation for the rise of the spornosexual man.
Sporno.
That's a new word.
Sporno.
That's a trend in which men become obsessed with trying to look like athletes or porn stars.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
The study suggests...
Not all porn stars have great bodies.
No.
They really don't.
I don't know. I don't really watch porn. I don't have my
Yeah,
collection.
keep telling yourself that. Okay, go on.
My collection
It's under
is
your
nothing
bed.
like yours.
Well, you know we have those under our beds. And if anything happens to either of us, we have to make sure we each have each other's keys so we can get the other person's porno out.
That's right. We don't want anybody finding our
No.
porn. But the upside to that is you double your own porn collection.
Exactly.
Yes. So
Yeah.
anyway, in this study, it suggests a poor economy and the man's feelings of disenfranchisement.
Okay.
Okay, it may drive him to spend hours at the gym and to post countless of selfies online.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Dr. Jamie Hankum, he's author of the study and lecturer in media studies at the University of East Anglia. He based his research on interviews with small samples of young white men in Britain. And he spoke to the relationship between their fixation on their appearance and the fallout from the 2008 financial crisis.
Okay. See, I don't think I was correct. I think that I'm going to listen to you talk
Since
about
when
the
are
study.
you going to listen to me?
But I listen to you all the time.
You have no choice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, go on.
Well, the recession led the country to a deficit.
Okay.
Okay, and now this is in Britain, so they're talking about in Britain,
The British deficit.
right? The British
Okay.
deficit, and what happened was they needed to reduce the amount of benefits that the country's citizens received from the government.
Okay.
And as a result, these young men went to the gym instead of going to look for a job.
Why?
Well, Britain is very socialist, so there's a lot of stuff they give away. You don't need to work. So there's
Oh,
a
okay.
lot
Well,
of
so in
entitlements.
Britain, I can understand that, but that's not the same in the United States of America.
No, this was a British study.
Okay. So we're talking about the Brits here.
We're talking about the Brits.
Okay.
And
Just as long as we're clear,
when
you know?
the cutback on entitlements, they actually affected women and ethnic minorities also. And it has had the unique effect of taking away certain privileges of the lazy folk in Britain.
The lazy folk.
The lazy folk, and
The lazy folk in Britain.
that's right, they rely on these entitlements historically.
You know what? That's interesting. That's like welfare.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, so we have welfare here, but I don't see anybody. But those people who are on welfare, they're not going to the gym.
Some of them are. Some of them are pretty buff. It doesn't necessarily
Really?
affect us because our entitlements have increased over the last 8 years.
What are you talking about? What are our entitlements? What do you mean?
Well, we're talking about Britain's entitlements here.
Okay.
Britain's entitlements have been cut, which means welfare, food
Okay.
stamps, education, anything that people get for free without working for it.
Okay.
In this country, our entitlements have practically doubled.
Right.
Use of food stamps has increased.
Oh, it's unbelievable. If you're in
welfare.
the grocery store, that's what you see all in front of you.
That's right.
You know, I mean, it's unbelievable. And you know, the thing that freaks me out, I have to be honest with you, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't be, you know, well presented and well taken care of no matter who you are. But I'm sorry, if you have food stamps and you have children that you're buying food for, I understand that, and I'm sorry, whatever it is, but you should not have a full set of pink and white gel nails.
Yeah, we see
I'm
that.
sorry.
We see that all the
There
time.
is no reason for that. That's $75 for a full set of that.
And I've seen people pay with their food stamps and bring their stuff out to their Mercedes.
It's
and load it
unbelievable.
up.
I don't
yeah,
even understand that.
Yeah, but that's another
Another
story.
story.
We're not
yeah, I
political
know.
here. We're not political.
No politics here. Nope.
So getting back to Britain, it doesn't affect us because our entitlements have increased, not decreased.
Okay.
So the cut in British entitlements created an increase in going to the gym. And the increase in going to the gym can be explained by the fact that bodies are the only thing that these people own anymore.
Oh.
They have nothing else, just
so they're
their body.
just taking care of themselves.
Because they're not getting
Because
anything
there's
else.
nothing else.
That's right.
Wow.
Now,
That's pretty serious.
oh yeah, and it's not about health that they're going to the gym. It makes them feel good and strong, but none of them are going to be competing in any sports. It's all about how you look in a picture.
Oh, okay.
So instead of gaining feelings of self-worth from working,
They're getting self-worth from what they look like.
That's
and
right.
what they're doing. Ah.
that's right. There's a social and cultural value there.
Got
and,
it.
And an erotic value of feeling sexy and
Well,
becoming...
because when you look good, you feel good, and you want other people to look at you too.
That's right.
So
And the social media allows that glossy fashion spread, or that you could look like a men's health shoot, or even like you're part of pornography.
I see. That's interesting. So yeah, I guess my interpretation originally was not correct.
I can't imagine that.
Well, it wasn't.
Because you're always right.
No.
So,
Good job. Good answer.
being buff and sexy, it typically doesn't solve economic problems
Nope.
from these guys, except...
No, but it brings up your morale.
Yes.
And so you feel good about yourself. If you look good, you feel good. We say that all the time. That's why you should come into Anthony Vincent Salon and get your hair, your nails, and your makeup done. But that's
right.
another story.
You'll not only look good, what'll happen is you'll feel good.
Exactly. And that's what we say all the time. So when you look good and you feel good, when you feel good, you look good. At that point, they should probably go look for a job, though. I'm just saying.
Ben Franklin said, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't know the exact quote, but Ben Franklin said, I have traveled throughout Europe and the Americas, and one thing remains constant wherever I may go.
What is that?
The more you give a man, the less he will do for himself.
Ah. Yeah.
So, anyway, these Brits do get something in return from posting their pictures,
What do they
of
get?
their muscles online.
What do they get?
They get a thrill from counting the likes and views.
Wow. Yeah. I have to say, I understand that because I really get a thrill when I see how many likes and views we get on our page at Anthony Vincent Salon.
And we get a bunch of them.
We sure do.
Do you think, though, that maybe is a little narcissistic?
I don't think so.
No?
No. Why? I'm very proud that we have people, clientele, just anybody that wants to see what we're doing in the salon. I'm very proud of that.
I'm not talking about us being narcissistic. I was talking about those British people there.
I knew you couldn't possibly be calling me narcissistic.
No way. Are you kidding? I love my life. I'm not going to damage it in any way.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Anyway, there's a new study that found that many people who befriend their former lovers are narcissists.
Oh, no,
And
wait.
or
No,
psychopaths.
it's they stay friendly with their exes.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of ending it when it should end.
Well, for anybody that's ever wondered what kind of psychopath stays friends with their ex, there's a study for that.
Well, here's the thing. There are reasons to stay in somebody's life. For instance, if you have children, you're both responsible for these children. And so you want to make sure that on both ends that you are able to communicate. And it's nice if it's friendly, because this way, amicable, I will say, this way it's good for your child. So that's a good thing. But if you don't have children and you're not together, there's really no reason, unless you're a narcissist and you have an ego issue.
Well, in this study, to uncover why people with dark personality traits, such as narcissism, duplicity, and even
Say it. Say it.
psychopathy, they maintain relationships after the expiration of their relationship.
See?
For a lot of people, staying friends with an ex is unthinkable.
Well, it's not, yes, for some it's unthinkable. But the reality is that there's a reason that he or she is the ex. There's a reason for that.
See, you're taking quite a dark look at it. I don't necessarily see that, but when you break up, I understand that you're less emotionally supportive, you're less helpful, less trusting, and less concerned about the other person's happiness. But in staying friends with an ex, sex and dark personality traits predict motives for these friendships.
Yeah, what is it that you would want to stay friendly with somebody that you're not planning on being with?
Well, maybe you really like the person, they're just not for you.
Okay.
And these persons
but what
have
would your
wonderful
motive
traits.
be? Yeah, well, if they did have wonderful traits, then why are you not with that person?
You're going to make fun of me, but you always do.
I don't make fun of you. I make fun with you.
I have remained not friends, but friendly.
Oh, friendly. Yes.
With past relationships.
That's different.
They don't hate me and I don't hate them.
But that's different. Being friendly with somebody is wonderful. You happen to have wonderful traits that way. But being a friendly person, that's a good thing. Actually, still, what they're talking about in this study is actually still maintaining a close, a close friendship with an ex-partner. And the reason that is in this particular study is because what they're saying is psychopaths and narcissists have an egotistical way within their nature that they can't let go, especially if the other person ends the romantic
correct,
end.
Yes.
They can't let go. They have to still be in the person's life. They don't want that person. That's where the problem is. They don't want that person to move on. They don't want that person to be with anybody else. They can't handle if that person becomes romantically or sexually involved with somebody else, because what's wrong with them? Even though the relationship didn't work, even though there was a problem, they can't let go. That's what the problem is.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. In Oakland University, the researchers Justin Morganski and Lisa Welling, they asked about 860 subjects to list the motivations for their involvement with their exes. And the researchers also surveyed the subjects to determine who had dark personality traits. Mm-hmm. Now, there have been previous studies that have shown that people who score highly for these dark traits are more likely to pick their friends for strategic reasons, and they preferred short-term relationships.
Yes. So what they do is they keep these people in their lives for what they can still maintain and receive.
And use. They can use them.
Yes. Yes.
So that's
they don't
the
even realize.
and the psychopath.
And the reality is that they don't even realize that. That's what's so interesting. It's not even so much that they have an agenda, Mm-hmm. They're thinking in terms of themselves and what, they're lacking, and they don't realize that what they're looking for is to not necessarily keep that person down, but keep that person from exploring anything good and new, and keeping them for themselves in a little bit of a controlled way.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're right.
I've actually researched this.
Oh, yes. Do you have narcissists in your life?
Here and there. I know a few.
I think she's talking about me.
I'm not. You know what? Not everything is about you, Mr. Vincent.
Yes, it is. Let's get that straight, young lady.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, all right. Then maybe I am talking about you.
Anyway, the highest importance ratings were given to those who felt that their former relationships were reliable, trustworthy, and had sentimental value. But researchers also found that the subject who had a measure of dark personality were more likely to maintain relationship with their exes for practical reasons.
Yes.
Which is what you said. I'm just re-saying it. Now, as you know,
It's good to be the king.
I wouldn't know. Narcissists hate to fail or lose.
Exactly.
So they will do what they can, to maintain some sort of
Control.
control. Yes, you said that earlier.
I did.
Yes, you did. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break.
Trend Radio continues after this on 920 The Jersey.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got lashes? Come and get them. Thick, full, and flirty. Individual plumes introduced to your own. No need for anything else. Bat away. Say hello to beautiful.
Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
Romantic relationships are important for your psychological health.
Exactly.
Now, people who are close and in healthy relationships are typically more physically attractive, more socially connected, they live longer, and they're physically healthier.
Yes, that is true.
And, and people who are in deep, close, healthy, and intimate relationships, they really do tend to be happier.
Yes, that is the truth.
Yeah. And, it's no surprise that someone might want to keep a former partner close and try to, reclaim maybe what they once shared together. Because we know dozens of people who break up, get back together again, break up for another reason.
Right. So that being said, you try, you break up. You try, you break up. You try, you break up. So you're broken up, and you're broken up for quite some time. Now, at that point, the fact that you're still maintaining any kind of close contact when you should be done after the relationship has expired, as the study said, the fact that you're still involved, there's a reason for that.
Well, maybe the person was really nice. I know people who they're both very, very nice people. I don't know why they broke up, and if you asked them, they probably wouldn't remember why they broke up. And in relationships,
I think that they would remember why they broke up.
You remember more of the good times than you do the bad times.
That's could happen. And sometimes, though, you do remember exactly why you broke up, and that's the reason you're not together.
That's true. Okay, just like the narcissist. There are other benefits to relationships and other motivations to cling to once it has ended. For example, a narcissist feels like their social status or position is amplified because of their partner.
That is correct.
That would be a narcissist. And this is why some egomaniacs acquire these trophy wives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in their mind of the narcissist, a trophy wife is very, very important.
Very important.
Yeah, to their self-worth and their confidence.
Exactly.
And narcissists, Elise, have a tremendous amount of pride. And they can't accept.
An ending.
Yeah. Or having someone else have what they had.
Exactly. Exactly what I said before.
Of course,
Exactly.
that's why I said it.
That is exactly what it is.
These dark personality types are more interested in how these relationships can be useful to them, and that they can
What
use.
they can get out of it.
That's right, and that they must stay connected.
Whether they actually, and this is something that you just said before, well, maybe they're staying, friendly because they're nice. Well, no, it's not why.
Well, not with a narcissist.
That's not why. Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the narcissist right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So this is not about that. It's not about whether the person's nice or not nice. It's about having an expired relationship. And the reason the narcissist is looking to stay in this relationship, it's out of control and what they can get out of it.
That's right. You may be and have a valuable resource to them.
Well, yeah. You do something for them on a continual basis.
That's right.
Exactly. And so the person is needed, not wanted.
Needed.
Needed. There's a very big difference.
That's right.
There's a difference between wanting somebody and needing somebody. When you need somebody, that's a very, very, very scary place to be.
And especially if you're the person being needed.
Exactly.
Exactly. Narcissists and psychopaths may also have some inside information about their ex's vulnerabilities or their weaknesses.
That is true.
And they can exploit or manipulate them.
So it's something that, you don't want to not be a part of because, as they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
That's right. It gives them like a sense of power and control.
Absolutely. And control is huge for the narcissist.
Oh, absolutely.
And power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's too heavy for me. This stuff is heavy.
This was a heavy one.
Let's go to something a little lighter.
Okay.
How long should sex last?
Oh, depends on how much time you have.
Okay.
If you have time for a quickie, it should last as long as a quickie should last. A few minutes. If you have a few hours, it should last a few hours.
Well.
Or it depends on how much time you make. And making time is definitely more important than having time.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was an Australian study that has revealed how long sex should last.
Okay. How long should it last?
Okay.
According to Australia.
Couples loved, and this is especially Jewish couples, they loved everything from about 30 seconds to about a minute or two.
No, stop it. You're mean. Oh, okay. So the Italian guys, that's 45 minutes to 3 hours?
Oh, no. Italian guys the whole weekend. The Turks are particularly brief, and their average session is only about 3 minutes.
Okay.
And many people say over 10 minutes is too long.
Really? Mm-hmm. Who says that? Many people?
Many. Well, there was.
Who are the many people?
I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to tell you everything.
Okay.
But first, libido is different for everybody.
Of course.
It compromises how often you want to have sex, how often you do have sex, but also how long your sex lasts. And really, sometimes it's just a minute and it's just enough. And, other times...
Other times that's just not enough.
And other times the entire afternoon is not enough.
That is correct. I agree with you there.
So, are we lasting above or below the national and international average?
I guess it depends on who you are. doesn't it?
Well, you're right, because according to new research, it is now possible to find out.
Really?
In this study published by the Journal of Sexual Medicine, it assessed 500 heterosexual couples from around the world who timed each sex session over a 4-week period.
Wow. And what did they find?
Dr. Brendan Zitek, he's a psychologist at the University of Queensland. He's been researching the sex habits of heterosexual couples for years and says there's a lot more to sex than just sticking it in.
Is that what he says?
That's what he said. But,
Wow.
But it's not always easy to define. Should you factor kissing? Should you factor in foreplay?
Well, is
know,
it part of the sexual, moment?
I don't know.
Or are you just saying sex is just intercourse?
Well, the research team decided that they'd get the most precise results from timing when penetration sex began until ejaculation.
So you're talking literally intercourse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's sex.
Well, that is sex, but that's not the only thing.
Right. They're not factoring in the hugging, the kissing, the talking.
Well, that's
the
the
foreplay.
intimacy. That's intimacy. Hugging, kissing, and, being together emotionally, holding each other, cuddling, that's intimacy. That's not
That's the
necessarily.
best part.
But that's not necessarily sex.
I don't know. Sticking it in doesn't turn me on.
I'm not just saying that. That's what sex. That's sex.
Okay.
But you can be sexual with those other things when there's intimacy involved, but they're actually timing sex, actual sex. So that's sex. Sticking it in. That's what they're calling it. That's sex.
Yep. And the participants had a clock, a stopwatch, and they pressed start when the penetration began, and they hit stop at ejaculation. I mean,
That's a riot.
talk about killing the mood. No, thank you.
Yeah. That's a bad timing.
Yeah, that's almost like, I want to have a baby. Come on, my temperature is right. The time is right. Come on, get in over here.
Now,
Get
where
over
does
here.
the accent come in when you talk like this?
That was in the movie I saw. She talked like that.
You're very funny.
All righty. Again, I don't really think that's the right way to define sex.
But that was for the study.
That was for the study.
Exactly.
And the results showed from penetration to ejaculation, the average sex session lasted about 5.5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
But the results did range from 33 seconds for Jewish girls to 44 minutes.
Okay.
And there were a lot of other factors which affected the longevity of a lovemaking session. And that's from age to experience to even how long foreplay is drawn out.
I see.
So the more foreplay, I guess I would think the more foreplay, the more pleasurable the actual act is.
Yeah, I would think so too.
I would think that would make the pressing
I have
start
to tell you something.
and stop.
I have to tell you something. It depends though, because sometimes, and we've talked about this, sometimes you only have a few minutes. And so, you're with your partner and you're somewhere that, you don't know where you're going to be, but you don't know, it could be anywhere. And you just have a few minutes. So you do a little quickie. Sometimes there's no intimacy in that. There's just pure sex.
Well,
We've had that.
That's all going on between your ears.
Yes.
That's going on between your ears. That's a whole different thing. So, and I think we'll probably come across a study like that sooner or later. I know we've talked about it a couple of times.
We talk about that.
Yeah. So, and also they found that whether you use a condom or if you're circumcised or not, it really doesn't affect your performance.
Oh, really?
And a lot of people believe that condoms and circumcision affect the actual sex, you know, because guys complain that the condom makes them lose an erection, but, you know,
I don't think so.
No. This study showed there was no difference between using protection or not. Results also showed that, contrary to popular belief, age doesn't lessen sensitivity, but sex between older couples is a little bit quicker.
Okay. Interesting.
But
That
they
is
didn't say
interesting.
what older is.
Yeah.
Is it 30, 40, 50, 60,
80?
80? You're right.
You know, I mean, we have some older clients that are very proud that they're still
Oh, yeah.
having a sexual relationship with their partners.
And hot weather does not make couples want to get it over with sooner.
Oh.
It could be 100 degrees outside. You could be sweating, dripping,
dripping. Yeah.
sticking to your clothes, can't get them off. They're just stuck on. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't make it any
Interesting.
less intense.
Interesting.
Isn't that something?
That is something.
And couples from Turkey, they prefer a quickie to drawn out sex sessions, with their average time amounting to about 3.5 minutes.
Wow. That is interesting.
Yeah. 5 minutes is fine, but anything over 10 minutes may be too long. And this is also backed up.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 minutes is too long. This is also backed up by a study conducted by the U.S. and Canadian sex therapists.
Interesting. Now, that is very interesting to read.
Yeah, you know, in our
I'm
business.
curious. I'm curious to our listeners. I'd like to know what you think. What do you think is too long or too short? Email us now, and I'm going to give you another $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon. Email us at trendradio920@gmail.com and let us know how long or short you should be having sex for.
But Elise, we already know that. Over the years, people have shared that with us.
Exactly,
You know,
but I
they
want our
tell-
listeners to share with us, and I want to share with them.
We hear all the time, oh, he's a minute man. Oh, he just goes on and on forever. Nobody is ever happy.
Oh,
And
I
that-
beg
and
to
that's a
differ.
shame.
I know someone who's very happy.
Okay. Well, research revealed that anything that's below 2 minutes is too short, and anything between 3 and 7 minutes is adequate, and between 10 and 30 minutes was too long.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know that. I guess, I don't know what I guess over here, but that really doesn't sound all that appetizing
You know
to me.
what?
I don't know.
Wow. That's all I got to say about that. I got nothing.
Well, the study finally concluded that sex that lasted between 7 and 13 minutes is desirable. So,
All right.
is it time to get out the stopwatch
I
to
think
make
not.
sure you're hitting the right time?
I don't think anybody needs a stopwatch when they're having sex.
Well, I don't think that you should worry too much, because the average range from 33 seconds to 44 minutes is pretty huge. But what's most important is, if you're satisfied, you shouldn't be changing a thing.
Correct. And there you have it.
That's right.
Right there, written down.
So, Elise, if your man, now I'm not talking about your man, the vernacular man,
I know.
is one of these 30-second guys, or a minute man or whatever, there are some things to help them last a little longer in bed.
Oh, well, I just cannot wait to hear this.
Well, we've been told time and time again that the Kegel exercises.
Oh, absolutely.
The squeezing and releasing of our pelvic muscles, that can make sex feel better.
And that's so good for both.
Oh, yeah,
Parties,
both
yeah.
women and men.
Yep.
The pelvic floor exercises really help treat premature ejaculation, according to research presented at the European Association of Urology in Stockholm.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And in a recent study, researchers looked at 40 men between 19 and 46 years of age who were suffering from lifelong premature ejaculation.
Wow. At 19 years old?
Yeah. Anyway, premature ejaculation, as defined by the International Society of Sexual Medicine as ejaculation within 1 minute.
Oh, that would be bad.
Right. So that's uncontrollable. I mean, if you only have a minute, then I guess it's okay.
Well, if you only have a minute, then yeah. That's fine. But you certainly want to make more than a minute if you have more time.
That's right. Well, what they found was that by doing a simple pelvic floor exercises, all of these people, all but 5 of the men's PE improved within 12 weeks.
And that was just by doing exercise. That's
Just
not by taking any medication or anything like
no
that.
medication.
No little blue pill.
No. Maybe these couples can do these floor exercises together. That, to me, that sounds like some great together time and can
And
also
that's like before play. Yeah, like
be like
foreplay.
foreplay.
You know what? And you can actually do these exercises with no clothes.
Okay. Well, okay, here's the thing. That these men, they were all suffering from serious long-term premature ejaculation. For occasional premature ejaculations, some experts recommend just the use of some anesthetic creams.
So they do have different things.
They
like
have
that.
creams that you can use for that.
I see.
But these pelvic floor exercises may be even more effective, in minor cases without any side effects.
Oh.
Plus, it could boost their self-confidence.
Now that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Because it's all about confidence. We say that all the time.
That's right. And, they're essentially improving their sex lives all on their own.
Especially if they're committed to doing these Kegel exercises,
That's
which
right.
we recommend.
Yeah. And, bottom line is your guy may be able to Kegel his way to a better sex life. And
Kegel his way
that's
to
right.
a better life with you.
You heard of Dr. Love. we gotta meet Dr. Kegel.
Okay.
I'm going to be working on Dr. Kegel.
Okay.
So,
Just another one of his personalities.
right. This is Dr. Kegel.
He has so
Okay,
many.
ladies and gentlemen, take the clothes off, get on the floor,
And go.
press the small of your back to the floor, and I want you to pick up the pencil with your butt cheeks. I think we got something here.
I
Dr.
think
Kegel.
You know what? That's the new one. That's the new doctor on the air.
All righty. What was I saying? Okay. If you're having trouble, you might want to suggest asking Dr. Kegel or a sex therapist about this simple solution. But in the meantime, you've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com. Click on demand and scroll directly to us.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune into your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.